The supermarket had always been a place of familiarity and comfort for me. Its bright fluorescent lights, neatly arranged aisles, and the smell of fresh produce had a way of easing my nerves after a long day. But tonight, as I entered those sliding doors, something felt different. The atmosphere was heavy, and an eerie silence seemed to linger in the air. I shook off the unease, attributing it to tiredness. I grabbed a shopping cart and started my routine, wandering through the maze of products. It didn't take long for me to notice a faint whisper, distant, yet somehow hauntingly familiar. I turned my head, but there was no one there. A chill ran down my spine, and I picked up my pace, hoping to escape the feeling. As I turned into the next aisle, I spotted a figure at the far end. It was a child, standing with his back to me, his head down and his dark hair covering his face. My heart skipped a beat, but I convinced myself that he must have wandered off from his parents. I took a step forward to approach him, but a sudden clang from the other end of the aisle made me jump. I looked back to see shelves of cans and boxes swaying inexplicably. Fear gripped me, and my gaze returned to the child, but he was gone. My heart pounded loudly in my chest as I rushed to the next aisle. That's when I saw him again, the child, standing at the end of the aisle. Panic surged through me, and I made a hasty retreat, only to find him in the next aisle as well. I felt trapped, like I was caught in a loop, unable to escape the disturbing sight. Desperate to find an exit, I navigated the store's labyrinthine layout, but the child kept reappearing, always at a distance, never close enough to interact with. His presence was unnerving, and with each appearance, he seemed to grow taller and more sinister. Finally, I reached the store's center, where the wide-open space offered some relief. But to my dismay, the child was there again, standing across the aisle, staring at me with hollow, soulless eyes. My mind was racing, searching for an explanation, a logical reason for this eerie phenomenon, but I couldn't find one. Trying to regain my composure, I decided to ask for help from a store employee. I turned to head toward the customer service counter when I froze in my tracks. There, reflected in the store's glass doors, stood the child, right behind me. His face was no longer obscured by his hair, revealing a pale complexion and vacant eyes that,